Hi everyone, this is Carrie with Side by Side Educational Consulting, where we work side by side with educators to improve outcomes for all kids. What I want to talk to you about today is the best way to ask a question in class where all students are wanting to answer that question. So we've all been in classrooms before, and maybe we've even done it ourselves as teachers, where we're just calling on one student at a time and the other students are just having to sit and wait and listen, and all that does is set them up to perhaps be disengaged. We've also been in classrooms where students are being called on one at a time, and it's the same students that are always raising their hand and the same students that are not raising their hand. And I want you to think about those kids that are not raising their hands, how much learning they're actually doing if they're not participating. This questioning technique is probably one of the best things out there that I've seen in terms of making sure that everybody is answering the question. And there's 5 steps to it. First step of the 5-step questioning strategy is to ask the question. So you're going to start out as you would anyway. You're going to ask that question. But then the second step is you're going to provide some think time. So you're going to give students a chance to just think about the answer before you have them go to the next step. Let me model those first 2 steps for you. So for example, I might say something like this. Boys and girls, remember that vocabulary word reluctant that we were talking about yesterday? I want you to think about what reluctant means so we can review that a little bit. Then you stop and say, okay, everyone think, what does that word reluctant mean? Think about that. You know, you're thinking about 3 to 10 seconds. You don't want to give too much time where kids get disengaged. Just a quick moment for them to get their thoughts together. So step 1 is to ask the question. Step 2 is to provide think time. Step 3 is where you frame the answer. So you might say something like this. Boys and girls, we were talking about that word reluctant. I just asked you to think about what that word reluctant means. Now you're going to be thinking about something that you might be reluctant to do. You're going to start your sentence like this. I would be reluctant to. Everyone say that with me. I would be reluctant to. So I'm giving them a way to answer the question in a way that they're going to be speaking in complete sentences. I know we want our kids speaking in complete sentences, and oftentimes they're not. So this is one way to just be proactive and ensure up front that they're speaking in complete sentences. And I'm going to tell you right now, if they're not speaking in complete sentences, they're not writing in complete sentences. So this is just one way to practice that idea orally. After you've framed the answer for them, how you need them to phrase their answer, you're going to go to step number 4. And step number 4 is where you're going to have them prepare their answer. You're going to give them time to prepare. They could do a preparation where they're doing a think, pair, share, so they're sharing with their partner. They could do preparation where they're doing a think, pair, write, so they're thinking and sharing with their partner and then writing that answer down. Or they could do basically just go straight to their whiteboard. You've given them a sentence frame and their preparation is to write their answer down on their whiteboard. After they've prepared their answer, you're going to go to step number 5, and step number 5 is where you're going to call on individual students. Now we're talking about 2 to 3 students is what you'll call on, and it needs to be random. That's really important because you have to think about the fact that you've just given them all those steps to prepare their answer, so everyone should be ready to go. This isn't a gotcha moment. You've given them all an opportunity to get their answer ready. They've had an opportunity to share with their partners, so you're going to do a quick check and call on 2 to 3 students to share that answer out. So just to review, the 5 steps are: 1, ask the question; 2, think time; 3, frame your answer; 4, prepare, give students time to prepare, and I gave you several methods for that. And then step 5 is to call on 2 to 3 individual students for the answer. I hope that you found that helpful. If you had any questions about the think, pair, share or the whiteboards or anything that I talked about for step number 4, we have some previous videos that go a little bit deeper into that, so be sure to check that out. All right, that's it for now. Thanks so much. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to our channel. And always be sure to check out our website too. That's sidebyside consulting.com. Thanks so much.